do a 2-minute intro and recap.
Yeah, that'll work wonders. Okay, it should be working, right?
Oh,
Like,
wait, do you have your model working for this?
yes,
Nice.
but you can see like my mouse moving, right? And the snow falling.
Yeah, I can see the cursor and the snowfall animation, yeah.
Okay, good. Everything's good. All right. Actually, while that happens, I'll just like I'm just gonna move off of it for a moment and then like check something else. Just in, I might as well like I
Nice.
don't know what's it called promote myself on Kaz's server. I might as well, right?
Oh, yeah, the self-promo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Bet.
gotta bet so you don't go to the vet.
Yes. I hate the vet. They're very racist.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you want to explain or?
You can. I'll let you do that.
Um. So far, we had entered the train. We had met a few colorful folks who are um regal. Um, where I solved some puzzles and stuff, and our train stopped, and we have, and during that time when the train stopped, there was a murder, on a criminal who had covered up their name, who had killed a I guess a political figure, his daughter.
I think it was a kidnapping plot.
Yeah, I think it was like a kidnapping plot, and then they killed him, I think.
Yeah.
And after finding out, we try to figure out who murdered said criminal amongst the group by ourselves because no one was helping.
Hey, we had the great Piero sitting in his room telling us that there's more stuff we need to solve.
While telling us to not jump. We have so much
Yeah.
to live for.
You could say it was quite interesting.
And during when we found the last piece of the of the puzzle for their evidence, we encountered a glitch. It was not pleasant. Of course, we rebooted up the game and just like we have continued, and then we finished that puzzle, and now we're here. I probably severely butchered the plot, but it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fine.
Also, I accidentally restarted the game. God,
Oh, no.
I meant to load it.
Now
Fine.
we could do another 7-hour stream of the beginning.
No, we're not doing it.
We don't want to get lost for an hour and go into Glitch Town.
I went to load. I think, yeah, it's this one. Are the gamers gaming? We just started the stream, but
Yeah,
you can
we're
see
about
that.
to.
Okay, we're here now. What is our mission now?
I believe we just entered Act 3. So now we have to go and talk with people again. And try and, like, check about their past, it seems.
I guess.
And, like, do cross-examinations, I guess.
Oh my god.
I wish this was the Polar Express. I wish we could go visit Santa.
I wish we could meet the very cursed children on the train.
Oh, that's right.
Also,
like on the Orient Express, where
I think I kind of fucked up with the aspect ratio. Because now there's like a barrier right here that I can't not move through. Let me like restart the game real quick, sorry. let me open it. Let me fix something up real quick, but we're trying to game.
Nice, we encountered the glitch early.
We encountered it, the bug of a wall that exists. I would dropkick the guy with the yellow shirt from the Polar Express. I think we all do it sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
We all hate that one person in the group that just does not shut up.
And has the most nerdy voice ever.
We all had that one person. I think we're good. Just gonna... Can't... Actually, let me just, like, make sure. Okay, yes, we fixed that. We fixed the problem. So let me, now capture on Discord.
Oh, nice. Discord just, like, auto-joining me into the stream now.
Nice. Okay, let's see. Let's find our other contestants, you know, the people who, died.
Which one of you is the murderer? Dun, 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 dun,
Is
dun,
it
dun,
you?
dun.
Monsieur McQueen,
I butchered the
how you say my name.
thing.
will you be serious?
I am serious. Sorry. I better be careful. I've realized I'm definitely the most suspicious character on the train. All you have to do is find a will in which the old man left me all his money, and that'll just about clinch it.
Is there a will?
Is there?
Not that I know of. He'd never leave me a cent, really. I was just useful to him. Languages and so on. I'm no linguist, but I can get by in German
We have a
and
weird
Italian
body.
and French.
Yeah.
You told me you knew Sonia Armstrong.
Yes,
You know
I
what?
did. My
back
dad was the
then.
district attorney on the case. So yes, well, I was just a kid.
Our
of
ribs
course,
go
a
all the way
teenager.
to our back.
Schoolboy crush, I suppose, and all
Yeah,
that.
I clip through our arms.
It's very hard to walk around sometimes. We have to just have our arms like on the side, just swaying. Some, you know.
It occurs to me that in spite of everything, the murder may not have to do with the Armstrong case at all.
Oh? I thought that must be pretty settled.
We have much evidence pointing to the existence of an outsider aboard the train. One who disguises himself, uses a stiletto to kill, then vanishes into the snow. What
The
do you
knife,
It's certainly a possibility, but in that case,
not the
it
shoe.
would be hard to catch now.
Yeah.
He's had quite a head start.
think? Or he could be out there frozen in a snowdrift or lying broken at the bottom of a rocky ravine. The body may never be found until the spring thaw.
Well, that conjures up an unpleasantly graphic image. You seem to really enjoy this stuff.
I enjoy the investigation, monsieur. I certainly do not enjoy the fact that a man has died.
No, of course not. Say, I was just wondering. I mean, I have no plans to return to the States right away. I may find myself back in Istanbul. I was wondering if you
He
might
wants a
consider
date.
having dinner with me some night.
Of course.
Okay, what do we say?
We can actually choose, what the heck? I kind of want to go for him. I don't mind this American.
So we'll consider, right?
But no, I would be happy to.
All right.
I would be happy
Fall
to,
in on it.
providing you are not the murderer.
Oh, naturally. I wouldn't expect you'd want to then.
I expect not.
Alright, this game is now a dating sim.
Well, have a
Fuck
good
yeah.
rummage through my kit, I expect.
Yes, thank you.
I never
There is
played
still
one
some
before,
information
but
I
that's
think you
fine.
might be able to give us.
I've played a couple of them.
Indeed? I hardly think so.
Is that pipe cleaner one of yours?
Don't know. I don't have them monogrammed.
Can you tell me how the pipe cleaner came to be in Monsieur Ratchet's compartment?
Haven't a clue.
Did you go into Monsieur Ratchet's compartment at any time?
I've never even spoken to the man.
You never spoke to him, and you did not murder him.
If I had, I should hardly be likely to acquaint you with the fact.
Ah, well,
Good
it is
point.
of no consequence.
Oh?
Monsieur Poirot has told me he can think of 11 excellent explanations of its presence. Not now, when it's all over, when it's behind us.
Is that a quote?
Mademoiselle Debenham said those words to you at Sakeki Station in Istanbul. Tell me to what those words referred.
Why don't you ask Miss Debenham?
I will.
You have nothing whatever against her.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. We know that Mademoiselle Debenham was governess in the Armstrong household at the time Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped.
The devil, you say?
Alright then. Alright, mister. I hope you do well, whatever you're doing.
If Mademoiselle Debenham is innocent, why did she conceal the fact?
I have no idea, but your suspicions are utter rot.
That will be funny.
Why did Mademoiselle Debenham tell me she had never been to America?
You better ask her. I still think you are wrong.
And think for one
Serious
pity.
mistake.
I think it is you, Colonel, who have
Nice, the
made the
Great
mistake.
Pyramid Pixel.
The great thing. The 3D triangle.
Signore Foscarelli,
The
I'm
pyramid.
here for the truth.
I think that everyone has underestimated this Signore Poirot, and you too, Signorina. You too.
Okay.
I found a chauffeur's license in your suitcase.
Yes, but it is a fact I have loved motor cars my whole life. Selling them, though, is much finer than driving other people's cars.
The license is issued by the state of New York. You said you lived in Chicago. Chicago is not in that state, is it?
No. Chicago is in the state of Illinois.
Yes.
It will be a point in your favor if you tell me the truth.
You talk like the American police. Come clean. That is what they say. Come clean.
You were arrested by the American police. Was that in New York?
Arrested? No, no, never. They could not prove anything against me.
Well, that's not suspicious.
They cannot prove anything against you. Why you say that then?
Don't you think you should come clean, monsieur?
It is true. I have not been frank with you. The word frank, it is odd, no? It is a man's name, but I think it is correct here. I am not frank. Sometimes, you know, a motor car may not be perfect, but you must make a sale. So you are not frank.
Okay.
You were the Armstrong chauffeur,
What, did
were
he
you
sell
not?
a faulty car
Since
or
you know,
something?
why
He's
ask
just-
me?
Why did you
He's
lie
trying
to
to be
me?
testimony
Lie?
that he's not frank.
Lie? I did not
Yeah.
lie. I was not frank.
Why?
I do not trust the Yugoslavian police. They do not like Italians. They would not have given me justice.
Aren't you Italian?
Apparently.
I guess he doesn't. I mean, I guess that
Tell
goes
me
goes
about
for us
Daisy
too.
Armstrong.
That little one. Ah, she was the delight
We don't
of
trust
the
our
house.
policemen, anyways.
Tonio, she called
Yeah.
me. They all did. She would sit in the car and pretend to hold the wheel. Ah, such a beautiful little one.
Have you been frank about your movements last night?
I had nothing to do with that business. It was not I who killed that big ratchet. You cannot prove anything against me.
Good day, monsieur.
I feel
So
like
we're-
we learned nothing important from that.
Well, you'll be right. We have learned nothing. Let's hear this time.
Let's grab 8 more glasses.
Aw, they didn't leave anything with us this time.
Darn.
I understand we'll be underway soon.
Yes, the snow is being cleared now. I'm sorry you'll miss your boat to America.
I'm not.
Under the circumstances, I've decided to stop in Paris for a few days, play with my grandchildren, and recuperate from this trip.
Have you thought of anything else that might be helpful to our investigation?
Well, you certainly have everyone in an uproar. Maybe next time you'll be able to be more discreet. Oh, I forgot. You probably won't be doing any more investigating after this, will you?
That's all.
That wasn't helpful? I thought it was.
Good day to you, madame.
You know, that's fair. We'll stop talking to her. She's fucking passive aggressive as fuck.
Yeah.
Monsieur Hartman?
I owe you an apology, Miss Marceau.
You do?
I wasn't very polite when we first met outside the station. And I came on kind of strong when you caught me going through Michelle's things. There's no excuse for it. Fact is, I've always liked French girls. And that's not a lie, just the way it is. That makes my behavior even worse somehow, I think. I'm sorry.
What is this
Thank you,
angle?
Monsieur Hartman. I accept
Bug-eyed
your apology.
motherfucker. What the hell are you looking like
So
like that,
exactly
man?
what's up on this train? Seems bughouse
They
to
say we
me.
haven't escaped
To
the
me
horror
too,
parts of the
sometimes.
game.
Fire away if you want to grill me some more.
Have you done
Totally
any
not a
more
robot.
investigating of your own?
Nope, after you caught me, I figured it wasn't worth it. Snooping around might make me look guilty. I've been sitting tight.
Okay.
It seems obvious the murder is tied to the Armstrong kidnapping.
How did you and Poirot get wise to that? That's what I'd like to know.
We guessed.
Okay, I'll pretend I believe that.
You were not the gardener at the Armstrong house, were you?
They didn't have a garden. I'm beginning to believe I'm about the only one on this train who had no connection to that case.
Have you any ideas of your own about the crime?
I
Oh,
admit
yeah,
it's
he
got
was
me
also
beat.
a detective, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of ironic.
With like a license also in New York, I think.
The guy that's supposed to investigate this situation is not even connected with the situation.
Well, he wasn't hired as like an investigator. It was strictly as like a bodyguard.
That's all. We have to talk to her now. The exhaust
I don't
pipe
think
lady.
she's in the mood for conversation.
I wonder why.
I don't think she's in the mood.
Force it out of her. Tell her what's up. Beat her up.
pull the unloaded gun out. She doesn't know it's unloaded.
Find her battery. She'll make her disable.
We have like 3 knives. Come on, we can start threatening people.
Yeah, we can like jab a knife in her, probably electrocute her, fry her or something.
Dr.
I don't know.
Constantine,
I thought you had forgotten about me. Do you have further need of my expert advice?
I'd like to talk to you about that, yes.
Good.
Okay.
Could you give me an account of your movements last night?
My movements? Surely, I am not a suspect. But it is absurd. I joined the train at Belgrade. I am the sole paying passenger of the Athens-Paris coach. Surrounded by the working staff. The doors are locked between my coach and the coach to Calais. So, I could not have committed the murder.
That will do for now, Doctor.
So he basically told us nothing.
Yep.
Lovely. I don't know, like this position.
What, the dominant male position or the dominant goth female position?
I think the woman in the middle.
Oh, that's fair.
She's supposed to fucking flash them or something.
Countess, I'm sorry to bother you again, but I wonder if I might have another word with you.
Certainly.
Do you remember when I showed you this handkerchief? Handmade, embroidered in Paris,
What
and of course,
handkerchief?
the letter H. 3 ladies aboard have the
I don't
letter
think we ever
H in
showed
their
it to her.
names. But Madame Hubbard considers such a handkerchief useless. Mademoiselle Debenham's
She
middle
forgot
name
gone
is
sexual,
Hermione,
Carp.
but her handkerchiefs are dainty linen, not expensive. Hildegard Schmidt is a lady's maid, not a lady.
Why are you telling me this?
If only it was at
It
3
leaves
a.m.
only you and Princess Dragomirov, but her first name is Natalia.
It isn't my handkerchief.
There is a wet luggage label on your suitcase.
Oh?
Pulling it back, I found the initials H and K.
Well, that is fascinating, isn't it?
You told me you have never been to
That's
America.
another answer.
I've never been to America.
When you say you've never been to America, you say it with an American accent.
These questions are pointless.
These are observations, Monsieur Leconte, not questions.
You take too much upon yourself, mademoiselle. You are not a detective. You are a clerk in a train office, and your employer will hear her a representative of this railway, treated a diplomat and his wife.
I mean, it's not wrong because anyone could slip into an American accent. They had, like, you know, tried if they've been near one for a
Why
while.
was the grease spot added to your passport and the
No.
label to your case?
My wife has told you the handkerchief is not hers. There are no H's in her name. Let that be an end to it.
Why did you hide your true identity?
Surely you can guess the reason. This man who called himself Ratchet murdered my baby niece, killed my sister, and broke my brother-in-law's heart.
What?
3 of the people I loved best and who made up my home, my world. Of all the people on this train, I alone had the strongest motive for killing him.
I give you my word of honor. Helena never left her compartment last night.
Then the handkerchief is yours.
No, it is not. I know I can't hope to make you believe me, but I assure you that is the truth.
When we learned who the man was, and that the handkerchief had been found with the letter H near his body, I pointed out to Helena it would be better to remove any connection to her. A luggage label, a grease spot to cover the alteration. What could be simpler?
I have read quite a bit about crime, Monsieur Leconte. I hope you will take it as a compliment if I say you have the makings of a very fine criminal.
I think I will not take that as a compliment, no.
Madame la Comtesse, the motive for the
That was
murder
an
lies
insult.
in the past, in the tragedy that broke up your home. Help me. Take me back into the past.
Cutscene?
Tell me about your sister's
Come on,
household.
let's time travel.
What can I tell you? They're all dead, all dead, all dead. Sonia, Robert! Darling, darling Daisy. That curly hair, impossible to comb. That sweet, sweet smile.
Tell me about the nursery maid who committed suicide.
Suzanne. If she was involved, I'm sure it was innocently. Chatting idly with someone, giving the times of Daisy's outings.
What was Suzanne's nationality?
She was French.
What was Suzanne's last name?
I was only a child myself at the time. All we called her was Suzanne.
Was there a nurse?
Yes, a trained hospital nurse. New Daughter was her name.
Did you have a tutor or governess, perhaps?
Yes, she was a dragon. English, or rather Scots. A big red-haired woman.
Okay then.
What was her name?
Miss Freebody, if you can believe it.
Miss Freebody.
How old was she?
She seemed
interesting
frightfully
one.
old to me at the time, but I suppose she couldn't have been more than 40.
I know you were only a child at the time, and that the passage of years changes a person, but have you seen anyone on this train who reminds you of any of those people?
No, mademoiselle.
Wow.
Pardon me, Count. I still have one or two matters I would like to discuss.
Then please, do so.
Did you notice the grease spot on your passport? See it just at the beginning of your wife's first name?
These things happen when traveling.
Good point.
Have you remembered anything about last night that might help us?
Nothing.
Merci, Monsieur le Comte.
It's very standoffish.
Yeah.
Hello, British man.
Monsieur Masterman, you were once in military service.
Yes, miss, but I can't think how you could know.
Love's Captive by Mrs. Arabella Richardson.
Ah, yes. One of the privileges a soldier retains after he's mustered out. Access to the Royal Military Library. It's quite well stocked. Not all strategy and tactics and memoirs, as you've discovered.
What was your regiment?
Miss Marceau,
Like it's
I'm
exclusive
going
loop
to
to
tell you the
stare.
truth. My service is, of course, a matter of record. I don't wish to hide it. I'm quite proud of it, as a matter of fact. But it's easily researched, and the connections will be found.
Connections?
I'm sure you must already suspect. Yes, I knew Colonel Armstrong. I was his Batman in the war, and afterwards his valet in New York. I'm afraid I concealed that fact when you questioned me earlier. It was very wrong of me, miss. I feel better now that I've made a clean breast of it.
I wonder if it's the same Armstrong that's related to the Armstrong from the last game.
I would assume so.
Because
Would
the
you
last
like to
one was a
change your story
doctor.
about last night?
Right.
Why, no. It is as I told you.
How do they all connect to famous astronaut Neil Armstrong?
They made oil.
Do you have anything more to tell
Yeah.
me of the Italian gentleman?
No, miss, and I hope you're not suspecting Tonio in any way. Tonio wouldn't hurt a fly, and I can state positively that he never left our compartment all last night. Tonio may be a foreigner, miss, but he's a
Tonio.
very gentle creature. Really, not like those nasty, murdering mafiosi one reads about.
You seem to know Tonio better than you led me to believe.
Well, yes, we work together. He hasn't told you yet. I thought he had. That's why I... Oh, dear. I think I have nothing more to say.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Sussy.
Yeah, there's definitely something there.
I don't like how she cocked her head roughly like that.
She knows.
She suspected to talk to
I
her.
have a few more questions, Frau Schmidt, if I may.
Yeah, of course.
How long have you been with Madame la Princesse?
10 years. 15 years, Schmidt. Yeah, that is right. 15, mademoiselle. I am sorry. This murder, this waiting, it distracts me.
That says the waiting. Not this
I
way.
understand you are an excellent cook.
Yeah, indeed. All of my ladies have said so. Your Excellency.
What the hell?
Calm yourself, Schmidt. You don't know what you are saying.
That is true. I do not know what I am saying.
Good day to you, mademoiselle.
The neck snapping, man.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I have returned to you, Your Highness.
I thought you might.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm having some difficulty locating the owner of
Don't
this
hurt me.
handkerchief.
I am sorry to hear that. If you had asked me, I could have told you.
Thankfully, she's too old for that.
Yours, but
She's
Your
part of the
Highness,
hive.
your first name is Natalia.
I'm perfectly aware of my first name, mademoiselle. My handkerchiefs are always embroidered with Russian characters. In the Cyrillic alphabet, H is written as L.
How did your handkerchief come to be lying by the murdered man's body?
I have no idea.
Thank you.
Your maid said she did not recognize this handkerchief.
Schmidt believes in loyalty as I do. I believe in loyalty to one's friends and one's family and one's class.
Good day to you, Your Highness.
You make a good pope. If only you were a man. Oh. Alice missed you.
Dear young miss, I would like to say that despite all the calamity, I have enjoyed sharing my compartment.
Thank you, Greta, but I'm afraid I must ask you some more questions.
Yeah, I am thinking you must. Our gracious Father, who art in heaven, guides your hand, I think. So, I am content.
I found a postcard in your suitcase.
My one keepsake from that time. It is a silly thing, but I hold it dear.
Coney Island is in America.
Yeah, of course. It is on the Long Island of New York, in the country of America. I lied to you when I said I had never been there. May God forgive me.
On the back of the postcard, you write that Helena rode on the roller coaster.
Helena Gilbert, Mrs. Armstrong's young sister, only 10 years of age, but so brave. I am not so brave. It is true. It is true. She was an angel, a sweet, trusting angel. She knew nothing but kindness and love, and she was took away by that wicked, wicked man. And her poor mother, and the other little one who never lived at all. I was to be that little child's nurse, too. I ought to have told you, but I was afraid. I did so rejoice that that evil man was dead, that he could not any more kill the little children.
Is that it?
All the talk wears me out so.
Oh.
I guess it is.
I guess she
must
spoke
attend
all
to
her,
my
out,
duties,
her heart
mademoiselle.
out.
Perhaps we can speak later.
Did I take the teapot? Or I just walked through you?
Sterling silver.
Knock knock.
Loaves of bread. They smell lovely.
It looks like we've talked to everyone. Or nothing.
Do not disturb me!
Oh,
Someone
God.
has stolen my Black Forest cake batter, and I must make it once more.
I wonder who did that.
That had a whole lot of spat all over the microphone when the actor just said that.
Probably.
So much phlegm and spit all over the place. I might as well check like the front then.
This contains no.
No. Very interesting. Actually, what I'm doing. Let's visit the rooms.
Well, at least one of the rooms will have something in it, apparently.
That was not what I wanted to do. Ignore that. There we go. Nope. I guess I'll just go check on the art guy. The detective.
Poirot. The man who knows everything but won't tell us.
Yes, and the magical man that talks to us in our head.
Monsieur Poirot.
A magic Frenchman.
Yep.
In reality, this would not take this long to explain.
I mean, it might, just to share all the accounts of everyone.
Every single detail, and if not needed.
Everything I have discovered so far.
We progress, mademoiselle. Let us see what we can learn.
Can we use the ham radio to help the investigation?
Oh, but certainly. This is a marvelous stroke of luck. Too often the coincidences, they help the criminal. What a refreshing change to have one that will aid Poirot. I have the friend, monsieur.
Oh yeah, the radio.
His son Barnabas is a boy of
Yep,
much
following
energy
the
and
Athens coach.
One of these is the radio of Ham, as his proud father reports in a recent correspondence. Young Barnaby can be our eyes and ears in the outside world. His letters to call are there in my valise in the letter from his father. Use the radio of Ham to find out more from him about our current predicament. Oh, he is an invaluable asset, mademoiselle. Do not forget to secure his letters, or you will not have the information needed to reach young Barnaby.
This book of Masterman's reveals more than he knows.
Love's Captive by the inestimable Mrs. Arabella Richardson. And what does it reveal to you?
He's homosexual.
Beneath that very proper exterior, Masterman is a hopeless romantic.
Perhaps. But I fear that this revelation would only be of embarrassment to Monsieur Masterman. It does not advance our investigation.
Not really. It shows that he's a military man.
This driving license indicates Foscarelli has been a chauffeur.
A not unnatural profession for a man who loves the motor cars.
Hildegard Schmidt's recipe box is suggestive.
You remember at dinner how she was most opinionated with the waiter while studying the menu? And the label on the box, it is interesting as well. My lady's recipes. Now that suggests that she is accustomed to cooking for her employers. Not a duty one attaches to the lady's maid, n'est-ce pas?
Mary Debenham's handkerchief does not match the one found next door.
No, despite the middle name of Hermione beginning with an H, I did not think that the expensive handkerchief would belong to her. No, the handkerchief of Mademoiselle Debenham is precisely the type one might expect to find in the luggage of a young Englishwoman of her class.
The postcard I found in Greta Olsen's suitcase tells a story.
This card, it speaks to Poirot in many ways. Coney Island is, I think, on the Long Island of New York in America. A country she claims not to have visited. Mademoiselle Olsen does not send the postcard to Sweden as she perhaps intended, but saves it as a keepsake for herself. It is not a happy memory, this. A last brief moment in the sun for a family soon to be swept away by the storm.
The handkerchief with the H
I
belongs
wonder
to
how
the
I came to that
princess.
conclusion.
I
You can keep
confess
those
I
things.
should have remembered.
I don't
that
know.
it is
He's
written
magical.
as
Don't question it.
It's written as
I
N.
forgot, yeah.
and she has a strong motive to want Ratchet dead. But are we meant to believe that this elderly woman prances about in the scarlet silk kimono? Or could strike with such ferocity?
Schmidt is accustomed to cooking for her employers, as we suspected.
And her mistake in how long she has been in the employ of the princess is remarkable. A difference 1/3 less than her mistress claims. 10 years. We must look deeper into this. What course do you suggest?
I'll read it. Which one?
We probably just ask the Countess. We probably don't call Barnaby in just yet.
I will ask the Countess the name of the Armstrong cook.
What's the Countess again?
The Countess has lied to us most shamelessly already, I'm afraid, Mademoiselle.
Oh.
I think young Barnaby could
apparently it doesn't matter.
I guess we had to call Barnaby anyways.
Was the Armstrong chauffeur.
Gotta get in touch with Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby.
Masterman was Colonel Armstrong's valet.
And he's Batman during the war.
That's a quote.
Greta Olson was Daisy Armstrong's nurse.
I really need to know
may
that.
explain the zeal with which
He was Batman in the war.
And why she never had any children.
He had to hunt down the Joker in the trenches.
The nursemaid Suzanne, who threw herself to her death, was French.
Wait, to know her full name might be instructive.
The
He
Armstrong
had
nurse
to
was
teach
named
Robin how to
Ursula.
use a
An
Uzi.
odd name, that. What nationality do you think?
Slavic or Scandinavian?
Well, perhaps. I think that the Countess has the most fanciful mind and is quite adept at her work.
Apparently it's just like a personal servant.
Noi Dottor sounds, I think, only by coincidence, vaguely Scandinavian.
That's what Batman means.
Olsen is, of course,
Basically, their duties are acting as a runner to convey orders, maintaining the officers' uniforms and personal equipment, driving their vehicle, acting as a bodyguard, digging the foxhole, and other tasks that the person above them just doesn't have the time for.
It seems.
Helena Gilbert's
So I guess second in
governess was an
command or
old
something.
hag named Freebody.
Yeah.
What an unfortunate name for an old hag is Freebody.
Okay.
It is more apt a name for the generation of flippers.
Flappers. The fast young women were called flappers in America. Thank goodness skirts are finally lengthening again.
As you say.
Okay, woman.
I wonder if during your time at university in
Maybe they
England,
like
you had
short
occasion to
skirts. Why are you
patronize the
judging them?
clothing shops for the fashionable woman in London.
No, Monsieur Poirot, not on a student's budget.
There is such a shop near my own tailor called Debenham and Freebody, and the description the Countess gives to you is as far from the attractive young woman Mary Debenham as one could hope to get.
Calling out the American women while she's wearing a freaking pajamas.
The Countess recognized no one on the train.
Including Madame la Princesse, her sister's godmother? Monsieur McQueen she may also have seen, but he has grown much, of course, and the appearance changes. But a woman of the advanced years of the princess does not change so much, I think. No, I find this lack of recognition the most
please
stabbing
look at
point
me.
against the Countess in all of her evasions and lies.
Why are you looking
So
at the
you see
wall?
now why the Countess's failure
Because
to
the
recognize
wall is
anyone
easier to
grows
look at.
beyond suspicious.
I guess so.
Perhaps she is nearsighted. If she were the second murderer in Ratchet's room
I
last
wouldn't
night,
blame him.
that might explain why she didn't
Yeah.
notice he was already
Especially with her
dead.
neck craning like
You
that.
know, at times
The
you
men are
remind
like the
me
most
so of my
normal
good friend
models here.
Merci, mademoiselle. Unfortunately, the report, it is not yet complete. We are now armed with much more additional knowledge than before.
Normal is
Continue the
a
investigation.
generous word.
And do not be afraid to go over the ground you have already covered.
He has not blinked a single moment.
Of course not, he has to keep an eye out for a murderer.
I guess so. He has to. He has nothing else to do.
Yeah, ever since he...
Oh, I forgot about you.
No.
Goodbye. nothing.
Sometimes I wonder what these developers were thinking when it came to like certain solutions or even finding clues.
That's a lot of us. I question that.
Because like a lot of times it's just never prompted for you to go in a certain direction, but it's like, ah yes, in this one obscure corner of the room is the thing you need to progress.
Yeah. I think I remembered, like, years ago, I was in Cuba, and I was staying with my cousins, and one of my cousins had this old, I guess what you would call it, it's like those box computers. I forgot what it's called.
Oh my gosh.
Macintoshes, I think they had.
Yeah, the original, like one of the early Macs had the big design.
I think it was a Macintosh.
There were also old computers that were just like that, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's specifically a Macintosh.
Right.
But I remember that they had, I think, was Miss 2 on their computer.
Oh my god, Mr. Ribbon, all that stuff.
And it was technically my first experience of point clicks. And the funny thing is, I was not fluent in Spanish. And still am not. But their copy is like completely in Spanish, so I did not understand anything. And yet I was able to complete the game without doing.
That's amazing.
And even then, we didn't have like back, like I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's like still by now, in, like Cuba, which is like, you know, a well, I'm blinking out right now. A communist country, which does not have like services as like Google and such. I was surprised that I was able to complete at that point, and even then, when I was a kid, I didn't know how like technology works completely, so I was still like new to it, and I was able to complete anyways.
That honestly is amazing because those games are not. Those games operate on moon logic.
Oh yeah, there were.
Like, in another server, there was a member talking about them playing through that, like, series, and another member who was experienced with it brought up, like, the craziest, like, solutions to things, or, like, one area you have to, like, note down a sequence and then use it at a completely different location without anything prompting it.
Yeah, and by now, I'm pretty sure we're not able to complete it, as if by now, I'm pretty sure I would not.
Probably not.
I'm just lucky that my child self was able to do so. What the fuck?
A jump scare.
The oogly boogly just walk out the door, and she's not gonna comment on it.
Nope.
Okay. Do we have anything to do with this though?
Oh yeah, we still have to use it with Barnaby and make the telegraph key, or yeah.
But how do we though? Because we don't have it.
I'm on the right track.
Yeah, we're on the right track. It's just that.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of the items for it actually. God, this is gonna be the most insane stuff ever. All right, so we have. I know we have these because these we had to grab everything. So there's the butter knife and the pliers, and we have to do that first.
Butter knife and pliers.
It's gonna be a really weird experience.
Okay, let me look for the butter knife.
I think the butter knife was on the 3rd page.
Okay, yes. Butter knife, pliers.
I think it's, yeah, just,
There.
so we gotta combine those two.
I'll never think of
I
combining
bent
these
the
two.
blade of the butter knife back on itself.
Alright, now we take the bent butter knife, the hammer, and the nails.
Hammer. Where did I put the... Ah, I found it. Combine them?
Yes.
A makeshift telegraph key. I constantly amaze myself.
Do we just connect it?
Yeah, then we just place that on the table.
Okay.
And then now, we have to combine the copper wire with either the pliers or the meat cleaver, apparently.
I'll combine with the meat cleaver.
Okay.
I don't think we'll ever getting used anyways. There we go.
I suppose that will do as a
Alright.
telegraph key.
I connected it to the telegraph.
Yep, and now we have to make an electrical source. So, we have to take the punch bowl first and put that on the table.
What?
We're gonna make electricity.
Are we just gonna fill it with water?
I think so. And then use the pitcher of orange juice on it.
This is gonna be so dangerous. Okay, let me look for the orange juice, I guess. That I shoved up my ass.
Yep, along with this punch hole.
Okay,
All
filled
right,
it up.
and now we place the statue in the punch bowl. And then we combine the copper bracelet with the pliers.
The copper bracelet is now straight with a hooked end.
And then now we put that in the bowl.
With any luck, that will power the radio, at least for a short time.
Ma'am, how the fuck will you ever think of this? I would never believe this woman ever think of this. Never. I guess we turn it on now.
Yeah,
There,
looks like it.
the radio is ready to be used.
Alright.
I don't know who to contact. I cannot just send random messages out into the ether.
Well, you can. YOLO it. Let's see who answers.
Alright, at this point we might have to go back to Poirot's room.
Mademoiselle, the battery, it would not last forever. Turn off.
Oh. Right.
That will save the...
That'll be annoying.
The battery. The battery, man. How the
I sure
fuck?
hope no one comes into this room and sees the punch bowl and stuff.
I hope they will not get electrocuted by our battery, quote unquote.
Yeah, so apparently in Poirot's suitcase we get the letter from the friend, and I think that's going to be Barnaby.
The letter. Now I'd better put Monsieur Poirot's clothes back exactly as I found them.
I don't know why you have to like this passing. They'll notice. Okay.
I really hope we don't have to read it, and it's just we automatically know the information.
I hope so too.
I really want to know who the heck was consulted on. Yeah, this is how you make a battery with all these household items.
And whose idea is to make this woman do it? Not to be sexist. I'm not being sexist. It's just I don't believe she's be able to do it.
Yeah, we probably would get like the military guy, if anything.
Yeah, we asked him, not her.
There, the radio is ready.
Okay.
Superb, mademoiselle.
Okay, okay.
Okay, good. We didn't have to read it.
Hello, Barbie here. Alright. Alayham here. Okay.
Well done.
I'm working with my father's friends, Mr. Murder, of course. I'll help any ways I can have friends all over. Tell me information you require. Alright. Have to research, get back to you. What can you find about the family of a train company employee named Briere, Michelle? I'll look into it. Thank you. Can you confirm that Cyrus Hardman, works for McNeil's detective agency in New York?
I hope this guy has a fucking notepad written down for all these instructions.
I'll see what I can do. What was the name of actress Linda Arden's husband? I'll be glad to look at that up. Alright. Is there a Count Rudolph Andrieni attached to Hungarian diplomatic service? Let me see what I can find out for you. What can you tell me about Countess Adrian? Okay, see what I can learn from the service record of Colonel Francis Gordon Arborough. Not. What can you find out anything about Mary Dependham? Dependham? Man, this is a lot of stuff to ask for this man.
Yep.
I'm just gonna let him get all of it. I'm not gonna read it.
Not like he was doing anything important after all.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost done.
That will save the cell from draining while I'm not using it.
What is he gonna do? Drink the orange juice or something? Okay. Now what? I guess we'll go outside and interrogate the... Oh yeah, the person that was outside.
What are you doing? Let go of me.
Oh.
Take your hand off me. Put me down. Put me down.
Ma'am, you at least make the effort.
Get away with this. Oh,
I missed a lot. Like I was step away.
I just walked outside. That's the only thing I did.
Jeez. I sure hope there's not a timer on this.
I doubt there's a timer. Well, we're stuck here.
At least everything's here.
It is secured somehow on the
Lack of
outside.
focus.
They took our stuff. He actually took our stuff.
Not our fucking 6 cups.
Now our 6 cups of nothing.
An antique stove. I haven't seen one of these in years.
At least she's ecstatic about an antique stove. Now what?
Now we freeze to
It is
death.
far out of your reach, mademoiselle.
Okay, apparently there's a parasol somewhere in this house.
An antique.
Parasol.
There's only like 2 rooms in here.
Is it underneath here? Yes.
Princess Dragomirov's parasol.
Alright, now we can use that on the thing outside.
Alright. Seems like a mistake for that person to do that for us, but okay. There we go.
It didn't even close it.
Nope.
Alright, now we're free. Don't forget to pick up the broken padlock, apparently.
Okay.
The most generous of kidnappers. Are all your belongings restored to you?
Oh, I guess I just gave back our stuff.
That's apparently.
They're just left outside.
Like the gun and the 3 knives.
That was a mistake.
At least you didn't get the punch bowl and orange juice.
Orange juice. Let's get the... What is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
Where's our... I swear we have it. Am I being blind? Where is it?
What are you looking for?
Oh, I was looking for like
the snowshoes.
snowshoes. Like I see the broken ones, but like... Where's the normal ones?
They were on the second page. First column, third row, yeah.
The game crashed.
Well, once again in the snow area.
Yay.
I hope we don't have to go through all that again.
We'll speedrun it. It's fine.
Alright. We can also pick up the last item we need.
Alright. I don't think we need to pick up the last item. But now we have to integrate everyone again. Great. You know, I'm just not good. I'm just going to like bolt through it.
Hello,
Monsieur
Yeah, there's one item we passed by in the...
Sorry.
Apparently it was an hour coach, which was the Scarlet Kimono.
Not that I'm... French.
You told me.
Yes.
It occurs to...
What was it again?
We have...
So apparently an hour room that we're sharing with the person, if we look in their suitcase in the overhead bin, they have the kimono.
Well,
yes, thank you.
Indeed.
Okay.
Is that pipe?
I'll check right there once we get to it.
Did you go in?
Yeah.
I've never even...
You never spoke.
If I had.
Ah, well.
Yeah, so far that is like the only thing we skipped
Not
over.
now.
Is that...
Mademoiselle.
Why don't you ask?
I will.
You have nothing.
I'm sorry. We know...
The devil.
If
I have no...
Why did
You better ask your mate.
I think...
Okay. That was done with that one. Now the
Senor,
next guy.
I think that...
I found...
Yes.
The license...
No.
It will be
It's so funny if everyone's is actually in it.
Arrested.
In the murder.
It is true.
And they're not telling the woman.
Since you know...
Why did you...
Lie.
Including the detective.
I do not...
Tell me...
That
That would be
Have you been...
I had nothing...
No wonder he will know everything because he's in on it.
He was just doing this all for his sick amusement.
I understand.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Under the
Have you thought of...
Well,
That's all.
Yeah.
that wasn't help.
Good day. Monsieur Hart.
I owe you an
I'm gonna
You
step
do?
away while you're
I
going
wasn't
through all the fun
Fact is-
dialogue again.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks. So
To meet?
Fire away!
Have you done?
No, Bap.
It seems
How did you and...
we guessed.
I'm gonna kill my
You are not the
own
go.
I'm beginning...
mouse.
Have you any idea?
I admit it.
Alright, you have nothing to say.
Dr. Con.
I thought...
I'd like to.
Good.
Could you give me an?
My move. But it... Surrounded...
That will do. I don't. Monsieur Ma.
Yes, miss.
Loves cat.
Ah, yeah.
What was
Miss Marcel.
connection?
I'm sure you...
Would you like to check?
Why, no.
Do you have?
No, miss.
You seemed.
Well, yes.
That will be. Pardon me.
Then please,
Did you know? See it?
these things,
Have you remembered?
nothing.
Au revoir, Countess.
Certainly.
Do you remember? Handmade. But Madame,
Why are you
it leaves only.
It isn't mine.
There is a wet.
Oh?
Pulling it back.
Well,
You told me
I've never been.
when you say you've.
This
These are observations.
you take to
Why was?
my wife,
Why did you hide?
Surely you can. Of all the people.
I give you
Then the handkerchief.
No, it is not.
when we learn.
I have read quite.
I think I...
Madame, look. Tell me about.
What can I?
Tell me about.
Suzanne.
What was?
She was Fred.
What was Sus?
I was only a
Was there an?
Yes.
Did you have?
Yes, she was
What was her?
Miss Free.
How old?
She seemed frightened.
I know you were.
No, mademoiselle.
I have a.
Ja,
How long have you?
10 years. 15. Ja,
I understand.
ja, indeed. You're excellent. Calm yourself. That is true.
That will do. I have returned.
I thought
I'm having some.
I am so.
Yours.
I'm per.
How did your
I have no.
your maids?
Schmidt.
Au revoir.
I see you're still doing the fun talking.
Yeah. I'm just doing the last guy. As
Thank
woman.
you, Gret. Yeah. I found a post. My Coney I.
This time I'm just gonna
On the
after
back.
this I'm just going to go to the
And
to Barbie area and then just skip
Remake
through
the
it.
black stuff.
Yeah. First, since I talked to everyone, save. Yes. Resume. Now look at him again. He looks like he's wearing a the person just passed by looks like he's wearing a suit.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna share my screen now.
Let's go.
Let's go. Alright.
Alright, now for the fun MacGyvering of ham radio.
Uh-huh. Alright.
I bent the. The copper.
Where Where was the bowl?
Nothing.
That isn't such a good idea.
Oops.
And I'm gonna put the statue in the bowl.
Right. Think I had to combine these two, right?
No, it's the bent butter knife with the hammer and the nails.
Alright. Okay.
Which will give us the telegraph key.
A makeshift.
And we use the cut length, or the cut copper wire on it.
I got it.
I suppose that will do as a... With any luck.
I think that's
And,
it. That's about it, right? Alright.
We just need the letter if you didn't pick that up, so we can contact Barnaby.
I need to talk to the guy now. Now knowing since it's windowed and being unstable, I'm just going to be saving repeatedly.
That's probably smart.
No one cares.
Can we use...
Oh, but such young but do not
Just
forget
gonna skip through all this.
Beneath that.
Perhaps.
This dry...
And not
Hildegard.
You
remember my late...
Mary De...
No.
The post...
clickers. Not much for me.
The handkerchief.
I can't...
Schmidt...
And her miss... We must look...
I will rate...
A while...
Foscarella.
It was at the...
Masterman.
And his back...
Greta All.
This makes...
The nursemaid.
Wait.
The Armstrong.
An odd name.
Slavic.
Well, perhaps.
New daughter.
It is not...
Helena Gill.
What a...
Flapper.
As you say.
This is a conversation going on right now.
The Countess.
This is hilarious.
So you see...
Perhaps she is...
It almost sounds AI generated.
We are now...
Perfect. Save.
And then read through a suitcase.
I am not doing that ever again.
The letter. I wouldn't...
And sure would suck if the save just deleted itself.
I will cry. I didn't hear what they said before, so let me hear what they actually said.
Superb, mademoiselle. You do not need to learn the Morse code if you have the book as reference.
Okay. I can skip through this. Pon Pon. Hi Kai.
Yo, Kai. Glad you made it after we lost our progress.
We didn't lose that much progress, it's fine.
There, just speed ran through it.
Just gotta burn through all these.
This beeping is really soothing.
Very soothing, totally.
That will save.
I'm probably not gonna get like a I don't know.
No, we probably should save actually before you go. Just so we don't have to go through all that again.
There we go. Time to exit and see what happened.
Yeah, I missed us getting attacked.
We've been attacked by ninjas.
What are you doing? Let go of me. Ow! Take your hands off me.
She put up with 0 resistance.
She's starting fighting.
Put me down.
Yeah,
You will
like she's
never
still
get away
completely
with it.
conscious.
Oh,
Let's knock her out. It just chucks her in.
I'm still surprised he didn't actually just throw us off the cliff.
He showed mercy. He a stumbler.
This is like the laziest kidnapper ever.
He just came back after a good drink in the pub. Okay, he had enough in his plate. He's not gonna deal with some lady that he kidnapped.
Princess
Time for more cutscenes.
As a poof. So when you said about like an hourglass,
What?
you said something about an hourglass before. I think that I missed.
The most generous.
Okay. Okay.
Did it crash again?
It crashed at that time. I think it's because of this thing I'm using. Or it's because I'm doing full screen. Not full screen, windowed. I guess I'm being forced to make it into full screen. Damn it.
Yeah.
Whatever is fine. Alright. Let me open up the game again. That's why we save.
Yeah, thankfully we saved religiously.
Okay, I guess I'll keep it like full screen then. Fine. Fine, game, fine.
You win.
Yep, that's completely fine. Okay. Yes. There we go. Pull up the game. Maybe just check my channel just so I actually am sharing my screen. Well, I am, but it's a little one though. It's little. And it's jittering.
Oh, jeez.
That's fine.
It's the widescreen theater mode.
Ellipse.
Princess.
Yeah, kill this look for the third time.
The most
I'm going wait. Okay. We're good.
Oh, gosh.
We're just very blinded.
The snow filter is at like 100% now.
Could be worse.
Yeah, I guess it's better than it breaking on us.
Yeah. I just gotta let her walk through it because I don't want to be flashed by darkness and then be bland with like the light of God in my eyes.
Okay, it's clearing up.
I went the correct direction. Yeah, Kai. We'll just get lost in the snow and end up in like somewhere like Delta Room or something.
At least the graphics will be better there.
Well, technically the lack of it.
Train.
And we're here. Let's go to the front of the train this time. Then meet our Mario.
I have nothing more to say to him.
Oh, jeez.
White woman.
The tone of that sounded so much worse.
I have nothing else to say to him. So much malice in her tone. What's with her?
She's a customer service representative.
I guess so. I guess that is the answer of why she's so why she's a freaking dick. So what was the thing I had to look for?
Okay, so in our adjoined room or whatever, we have to look at the overhead suitcase.
Nothing else.
The notorious scarlet kimono in your bag, mademoiselle.
Dun dun dun.
What? Of all the nerve.
We were the
I
murderer.
don't need it.
Nani? We have Stockholm syndrome?
We have
That's their plot twist.
ID.
Was she always like this to people? Why does she sound like a Karen? I think she is a Karen. I think she is a Karen, Kai.
I think there's also another character that's kind of Karen on here too.
Yeah, the American.
The American, yeah.
What, her?
I'm not in the mood to talk right now. Come back later, Miss Marceau. We can chat then.
Okay, she does not sound like a dick that time. Okay, what next? Do we just go back to the Barbie?
It looks like it.
Okay, then. Okay. Let's talk to Barnaby with our makeshift battery.
There, the radio is ready to be used.
One that you can make in your own home for under $100.
But do you want to? What do you find out about the chlamydia induced
enteritis?
Particularly around disease found in mammals, especially newborn. Okay. What do you find out about Pierre and Michelle? Pierre Michel has no family, he's not married, his parents were deceased, poor fellow is much alone in his world. I guess he's the only one who's alive, alright.
Yeah.
Do you confirm Cyrus Hardman's employment? I can confirm that Cyrus Hardman has worked with McNeil's detective agency in New York for nearly 15 years.
Nice. Hope he has a good pension.
Great detective. I wish I could help. What's the name of the actress Linda Arden's husband? Linda Harden was never married, but the father of her 2 children was rumored to be theatrical producer named Mark Gilbert. Showperson. Okay. I guess a theater man. A director. Or a showman. Do you find out about Count Rudolph and Adrian, I guess?
Andrini.
Is one of the rising young stars of Hungarian diplomatic corps. He has served in several years. Alright. What do you learn about Countess Adrian? Married the Count just over a year. Maiden name was I didn't read it. I think Gilbert.
I thought it was like Jimmy.
I didn't read that the name. What did you learn about
about the Colonel?
My hand. Colonel Francis. I'm not gonna read the rest.
Arbuthnot.
Colonel Francis. Served in India, Royal Northumberland, who's been solid undisturbed military career for almost 15 years. The heck is Gilbert? I don't know. What do you find out about Mary de Benham? Comes from a good family, daughter of a Sussex clergyman, has had several positions in government. What do you find about Hector McQueen? Graduated in Princeton University in Yanks, called Ivy League. No idea what that means. Gang called. Yep. He's just judging him that time.
Wow, just hating on the Americans one last time.
What do you find out about Claus, the chief? The chef. I can look at one eye on chef. New newspaper counter outbreak. The German restaurant. Nobody died. No charges filed. Although he did go to reporter with a cleaver. So he just attacked some reporter with a cleaver.
Nice. Probably gonna have his food insulted.
Yeah. After a epidemic that caused by him.
Oh gosh.
What about Matteo Riveretti? Spanish and radio enthusiast. One incident was when he was young, stabbed some fellow with a knife during the fight, but good report on him from Norway, Istanbul. I say, besides him, was worried over your train getting stuck in the snow. I didn't know you mentioned was in contact with you. Okay. So one person stabbed some guy during a fight. Currently, Humbird checks in with the American embassy about your company. I think the middle-aged lady marriage could stay out of trouble, but finding out various consensual complaints about bargainers accounting her services, hotels, and there. He knew she should return to America and stay there. Okay, I guess no one likes her in America. Outside of America.
No one likes the Americans here.
So xenophobic.
It's us against the world.
I don't believe her because I'm pretty sure that's the Karen lady.
Yeah, but it's also McQueen, and he's kind of cool.
Yeah, McQueen is cool. They have to insult him because they don't know what the Ivy League is.
Yeah. Look, he's gonna popularize Ka-chow at least.
Someday. In the words of the French, stupid Americans.
Exactly.
Which is ironic because our main character is French. Including our, I guess, technically boss at the moment.
Yeah.
What do you discover about Greta Olson? Hold on your hats. This is amazing. Greta Olson was a great Greta Olson, experienced nurse and mercenary working in a school. Sorry, my little joke. They missed the I in mercenary. The cool cry of fear. French.
Oh, that's such a good game.
Do you find the name of Cook of Armstrong? Armstrong Cook was a German woman by the name of... I didn't read that. Okay. Do you find out the last name of Susan... the nursemaid.
Suzanne, the nursemaid.
Suzanne. Suzanne Ferrier, born in France. Oh, Paris, I mean. Can you research the service record for the, Colonel Toby Armstrong? Sure thing. Thank you.
Mademoiselle, the bat.
Oh, goddamn.
That will save the...
Can't let the orange juice go to waste.
Not the orange juice. The Frenchman is going to strangle me if I waste it.
Alright, back to the salon car.
Oh, the saloon car? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk with a couple people now.
Oh no. We found things out.
I can't say I'm unhappy Ratchet's dead for two reasons. He deserved it, and I met you.
Gotta talk to whoever Mary Debenham was.
Not answer any more of your ridiculous question.
Okay, well, I was supposed to talk to you specifically?
Mary Debenham?
Mary.
I don't remember who that was.
I think it was the... Her?
Later, we can talk. Tell the cow.
No. It's not you.
It could be her, 'cause I don't think we talked to her last time.
I mean... I guess I use this one car.
Mademoiselle Debenham, I must ask you why you
Oh,
lied
yeah, that
to
is
me
her.
earlier.
Yeah.
Lied to you? I don't know what you mean.
Jeez.
She's so standoffish. Jeez, man.
Way to prove you're innocent.
You told me you had never been in America. What makes you think I have? Information received, as the English police say. You concealed the fact that you lived in the Armstrong household. And what, may I ask, was I supposed to have been doing there? You were governess to Helena Gilbert, Mrs. Armstrong's young sister. And you would have no doubt been governess to little Daisy when she was old enough. You appear to have found me out. And the reason for these evasions? I have my living to get. You must know how hard it is for a girl to get and keep decent employment. I had been detained and questioned in connection with a murder case. Do you think that any nice, ordinary, middle-class Englishwoman would want to engage a girl with those references as governess to her daughters? Even if no blame attached to you, there would be the publicity. Yes, we have it hard enough getting on, don't we? Without all of that additional baggage. I understand very well. I thought you would know what it is like. I am the hardest working employee in the office, yet I remain at the lowest wages. And I've worried more than once how
I wonder
my
why.
employer, Monsieur Bruce, will react when he learns of
You're only
the
so good at
avalanche,
your
Monsieur
job.
Poirot's accident. Oh, the murder. I'm not to blame, but somehow you will be blamed. It's not fair. It's just the way things are. You could have helped the investigation. How? Is it possible, Mademoiselle Debenham? Call me Mary, please. Mary, is it possible you did not recognize Countess Andrenyi? Recognize her? From the society pages, you mean? She is Helena Gilbert, the young sister whom you taught in New York. Helena. It is true she reminded me of someone. It puzzled me. But she looks so different now. So elegant.
She has not
How
blinked
could
a
I connect her
single
with a little
moment.
American schoolgirl? I admit I looked more closely at her clothes than her face, and I had my own preoccupations.
Uh-huh.
Not now, when it's all over, when it's behind us. Antoinette, those words refer to a private matter of my own. I can't tell you. I can't. Au revoir, Mademoiselle Debenham.
Alright, we'll talk to the one person we needed to in this car. To the restaurant car.
Let's go. Meow. Okay. Who we have to talk to this time?
The doctor and the countess. I don't remember which one is which. Or at least for the doctor.
I'll talk
Just
to
start
you
asking,
first.
guys.
Before I
It might be-
go, there was something else.
Okay.
What is the name of the conference you are addressing in London?
Why, it is the International Society of Gastrointestinal Physicians.
Why would such a group be interested in a speech about a disease found in newborn calves?
Why, there are many similarities between... What I mean is anatomy. Constantine, what have you done?
You lied to us about your qualifications, Doctor. You are a veterinarian, yes?
Yes, a very good veterinarian.
Monsieur Poirot and I relied on your qualified opinions.
Mademoiselle Marceau.
All the inconsistencies, the time of death, the difference in the force of the stab wounds. The murderer is strong, but no, look here, the murderer is weak. He is right-handed. No, he is left-handed.
Have you considered he may have held a knife in each hand?
Doctor, enough. All of it can be explained away with the simple fact that you did not know what you were doing.
Mademoiselle, all of my training was to become a medical doctor, to treat human disease and to save human lives. Then, I come from a poor family. I had not the money to finish my studies. The best I could accomplish was doctor of animals. When Monsieur Poirot was told there was doctor on the train, I saw an opportunity to prove myself. Not to you, you understand. To me.
But your evidence...
I swear to you, every observation I made, every conclusion I reached will be verified by any doctor who examines the body. Further, By my acting while the murder was as yet not too long in the past, I may very well have seen more than any doctor coming to the case days or even hours later. I did lie about my degree. I did not lie about my ability. You may rely on everything I have told to you. Yes, even with all the inconsistencies, you have the correct medical evidence before you.
Yeah, I don't blame him though, because I'm pretty sure the smart thing for a doctor, or I guess in this case a veterinarian would do, is use syringes instead of like a knife.
Right.
Okay, why do French characters sound British? EU bros, it's because they are British. The French character, you think they're French, is actually they actually are British. There is a colorful cast of characters here that are not just French. You know, I think the only British man we have here is this guy and the other lady.
That's right, yeah.
In the salon car.
Now I have to talk to the Countess.
Countess, I think is this guy?
I have nothing more to say.
No.
I've remembered.
Yes.
Your name is Helena, isn't it? Not Elena.
Oh
You
my
are Helena
gosh,
Maria
Matt.
Gilbert, are you not? Sonia Armstrong's sister, Linda Arden's daughter.
I demand, mademoiselle, to know what right you...
No, Rudolph. It is useless to deny what Mademoiselle Marceau says. It is quite true, mademoiselle. I am Helena Gilbert, the youngest sister of Sonia Armstrong.
Good day, Monsieur Lecomte.
Why you said that, by the way?
Because Matt's a friend of mine. And when they saw the first one, they commented on the one. Because when you were away, someone redeemed Stretch, and then I did it.
Oh.
And it sounded very lewd.
Oh yeah, I also saw that, by the way, on the blog.
No.
I agree. Okay, what next? We'll go back to the Frenchman now? You okay?
I'm just laughing so much. But yes, back to Poirot.
Right.
I swear he's gonna ask me for it later.
Damn. Always save.
Oh no.
You returned.
Already.
So is there more to report to me, mademoiselle?
Molly sounds like she needed a medical assistance.
I'm doing fine.
They're doing fine, Kai, I think. I think they're doing okay.
And that is everything I have discovered so far.
We progress, mademoiselle. Let us see what we can learn.
Also, just that is the only reason they came into stream, apparently. Just to get this Stretch out of the way.
Countess Adrenyi's maiden name is Gilbert.
Not a very Hungarian name, that.
Her accent is more American than Hungarian. The scarlet kimono turns up in my luggage. I swear to you it does not belong to me.
Oh, mademoiselle, I have no doubt of that. You have vigorously pursued its owner's identity. No. It is a defiance, you understand? It is a gauntlet thrown down. Very well. We take it up.
Countess Andrenyi is Helena Gilbert, Sonia Armstrong's sister.
Oui. It is easy to see why her devoted husband would try to hide that fact. Her account of the Armstrong household is of the greatest interest. Please to go over the points of her testimony that struck you.
Barnaby confirms Colonel Arbuthnot served with Colonel Armstrong.
Oui. The Royal Northumberland Fusiliers, a regiment most distinguished.
Barnaby has discovered that the last name of the Armstrong cook was Schmidt.
All of her ladies have said that she was a wonderful cook.
Dr. Constantine is a veterinarian.
The only man on the train who answers the description of Ratchet's unknown enemy, and that is his only secret? Bah!
But jeez.
Pierre Michel has no family.
Never married, parents dead, his sister, her husband, and a niece dead in the car crash? Oh, this is enough to explain the sadness that haunts him, and yet he carries the happy family photograph with him, a wife and a child.
No maidens. That is true.
The nursemaid's full name was Suzanne Ferrier.
French. Yet no apparent connection to any of the others involved in that case. Ah, well, not every clue will lead somewhere.
Cyrus Hardman has worked for McNeil's for almost 15 years.
I wonder.
McNeil's. Man, it must have been a lot of fast food shit, huh?
The father of Linda Arden's children was named Gilbert.
No marriage, just children. The smart set is often not so smart, I think.
I have
What
all
does that
the
mean?
pieces. All that remains is for me to assemble them properly.
Très bien, mademoiselle. You have done well. Mademoiselle Marceau, you will recall my observation to you of the many classes and nationalities one meets when traveling.
Yes, of course.
Try to imagine whether such an assembly would ever likely to be collected under any other conditions.
Ocean voyage?
On an ocean voyage?
The close quarters, the intimacy. Even aboard a ship at sea, one can avoid one's fellow passengers the entire voyage, if that is the wish.
In America?
Oui, the great melting pan of America.
Melting pot.
This is the answer I made to myself as well. Only in America you might find a household composed of such varied nationalities. And what do we discover here? Such a household has recreated itself aboard this train. A household damaged almost beyond recovery 10 years ago by the man Ratchet. And so we near the end of at least one journey. Please to assemble our fellow passengers in the salon car. Oh, and please also to send for Michel and Dr. Constantine. I will need their assistance to convey me to the salon car.
You will present your solution?
I will offer 3 solutions.
He was going to
Mademoiselle
die.
will decide which of them will best serve
If
justice.
only. Also, I think it's the nicest.
We have before us a most delicate
Yes, it
problem.
is.
Transferring the person of Poirot to the salon car, where the suspects, they are all assembled. Poirot is ready
Then
for
again,
the
this is
ordeal.
like before World War II, and I guess this technically is true.
Yeah. But we did also come out of the Depression, so they can bully us with that.
Yeah.
Dieu, take care.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
That's the oddest statement to make.
Mesdames et messieurs, there are 3 possible solutions of this case. There is the solution concocted for
Imagine
the
he
benefit
becomes
of
the
the
sole
US
survivor.
Police, who were expected to take up the investigation.
Man.
A little play that was then embellished with several improvisations. When I, Hercule Poirot, unexpectedly appeared on the stage. And then there is a solution that reveals the most careful plotting of a truly brilliant mastermind. And yet there is also a third, one of which I think even now, that mastermind, in this carriage with us as I speak, has no knowledge. With the help of Mademoiselle Marceau, my able assistant, you see Poirot, he is also able to improvise, huh? I shall put all 3 solutions before you, and I shall ask Mademoiselle Marceau and the eminent Dr. Constantine here to judge which solution is the right one. Mademoiselle, are you ready to proceed?
Oui, monsieur.
Eh bien, we commence. Monsieur Ratchet had received the threats from an unknown enemy. Mademoiselle Marceau?
Oh, we have some choices.
Yeah, alright, so there are actually 3 solutions we can do, so which one do you want to try and go through first? We got one for the police, one solution of the work of the mastermind, and then just a third solution.
I guess the third solution?
Alright, we will. Apparently, that is just the engineer and the pile of books.
Is this like 3 endings?
Yeah, looks like it.
Wow.
Maybe we can ask for a moment to decide. Maybe get new options
I
out
need a
of it.
moment to decide.
Yeah, because I want to save this beforehand.
Do not take too long.
So we could do the other endings, so... Yes. Okay. Let's do the first one.
Okay, that is the threatening letter, then.
The tone of these letters suggests an enmity born in the American underworld, of which Monsieur Ratchet was once a part. A former colleague in one of his kidnapping schemes? Who knows? We have the evidence of a detective Monsieur Ratchet hired to protect him.
And then it's Cyrus Hardman.
The detective is Cyrus Hardman, posing as a salesman of typewriter ribbons.
The evidence of Monsieur Hardman, who is indeed a detective hired to protect Monsieur Ratchet, gives to us a description of a small, dark man with a womanish voice. Except for the voice, this description would only fit 2 men on this train.
And that is Matteo and Dr. Constantine.
Matteo, the Athens-Paris coach attendant, and Dr. Constantine.
Yet Monsieur Hardman's vigilance during the night shows that no one could have passed from the Athens-Paris coach to the Calais coach without his seeing them. So anyone in that coach must be exonerated.
It's very ballsy to see this right next to him.
Actually came aboard the train at Belgrade
Maybe looks like an
one of
action
2
figure.
ways.
Okay.
And that's through the door that was unbolted by McQueen.
Through the door
Mr.
left
Pichot.
unbolted by Monsieur McQueen.
This enemy was disguised, leaving behind a button in Madame Hubbard's room when he used her connecting door. Mademoiselle, the disguise?
Was it the attendant?
Yep, and it is the attendant's uniform.
Yeah.
A passkey was found in the pocket of this uniform, giving the murderer access to Ratchet's room. Ratchet was under the influence of a dose of his sleeping draught, light enough to wake him, but strong enough to prevent him from struggling as the killer left through the connecting door.
All thanks to Masterman, who confirmed the dosage.
Masterman confirmed the dosage of the sleeping draft.
Oui, he did. Well, the murder weapon is obvious. Mademoiselle?
Remember, we found the knife on the stiletto, or the knife on the
Which one?
It's the stiletto.
It is a stiletto, the type of knife carried by the criminal type in America called the mafiosi.
The killer planned to leave the train at the next station after committing his
Don't you mean mafia?
Show to them the evidence supporting this, mademoiselle.
Okay. What is this one?
And then now it's the torn letter.
Exact. The avalanche prevented him from reaching Broad. Even so, he went through with the crime and then hid himself.
Okay.
In the empty room in the Athens-Paris coach.
The killer hid in an empty room in the Athens-Paris coach.
At first, in the Athens-Paris coach. Then later, it is in the hut. Mademoiselle found the uniform and the stiletto. But the killer had fled. He may have escaped down the mountain, or he may have come to his just reward somewhere out there in the snow. I think you will agree that we had followed the trail as easily as if As if we were tracking the footprints in the snow. Well, it is plausible. It certainly fits the most obvious set of facts. I applaud the mastermind who hides behind such an innocent face. The second solution asked more of the little Gressels. Not only of Poirot, but those of Mademoiselle Marceau and Dr. Constantine as well. It was hidden most carefully. The unlikely accident of a means of communicating with the outside world, a part filled most ably by my dear friend Barnaby, made the truth, or at least part of it, easier to uncover. But I flatter myself that enough clues were found right here on this train that such communications were almost always but collaborations of conclusions that I had already reached. So, mademoiselle, we will begin again. First, I will speak to you of time. When did Monsieur Ratchet meet his end? I suspect Mademoiselle Marceau has the theory.
Oh.
Okay, apparently it's just one ending and we have to go through 3 things. Because Poirot's a dick.
Damn.
At 1:15 a.m.
Okay, 1:15.
Later than 1:15 a.m. The murderer is not the assassin in the attendant's uniform, but the woman in the scarlet kimono.
Let us examine each possibility in turn. 10:40 p.m.? Or earlier? No, I think not. Mademoiselle Olsen spoke to Ratchet from the doorway at 10:40 p.m., but she never went inside. It conjures the image most bizarre of her throwing a knife at him 12 times from the doorway. And how does she retrieve it? Is there string attached to the handle? No. No, that is a solution of a most lurid sort. 12:37 a.m.? A more interesting possibility. Monsieur McQueen states that Ratchet spoke no languages other than English, and yet the voice answered Michel in French. Still, I think this was simply a performance for the benefit of Poirot. One of the little improvisations. I was meant to see through it and say, no. Monsieur Ratchet, he was already dead by 12:37. He could not have cried out.
The broken watch said 1:15.
Oui, it did. And it fits with the time of Madame Hubbard's visitor. Now I digress for the reminiscence. I observed to Mademoiselle Marceau that one meets many classes and nationalities when traveling aboard the Express.
Take her hydrate.
I asked her to imagine whether such an assembly would ever likely to be collected under any other conditions. And mademoiselle, what was your reply?
I mean, the first reply was wrong, but it was in America.
Yep.
In America.
C'est ça. Only in America will you find a household composed of so many nationalities. Look about
And Casper is
investigation progressed,
it did well.
It became clear
We
that
got through
9
it.
passengers on this train are connected in
With
some
hell.
way to the Armstrong kidnapping. Who have we connected to that case, mademoiselle?
Okay, apparently we can select a bunch of names here. So it's how many names are there? Like, okay, so apparently we're supposed to select every name that isn't Count Andrani, Cyrus Hardman, Miss Hubbard, and Pierre Michel. So I guess that's Debenham and Dragomeff. Oh, no, wait, there's a lot more names than I thought. What the heck?
Well, there's only like 5 options we have here.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be running down through a lot of names if it's saying select all the names except these ones. So I guess we can start with not the Count.
Mary.
Apparently the Countess is a good name to do.
So I guess we do Count?
No, that's one of the ones we are... Apparently we're not supposed to do that one. We're going to run through a bunch of names, it seems.
So
let me recheck the name.
Not Count, no Countess, no Colonel?
So for this one, it looks like it's every name but the Count. So options 2 down, except for the moment to decide, of course.
I guess we could try Colonel.
Yeah, it doesn't say not to.
Colonel Arbuthnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do Mary.
Yep, that is. Yep, that's
Mary
another one that's
Debenham.
not bad.
Princess Dragunov.
Yep.
Princess Dragomirov.
Antony.
Yep, that is one of the good names.
Antonio Foscarelli. Cyrus Hardman.
That's
Please
one
do
of the names
not
we were
embarrass us
supposed to.
both. Choose another.
Oh, I guess Cyrus is a different case.
Yeah, Cyrus is one of the bad names, apparently.
Caroline?
Not Hubbard either, apparently.
Okay, I guess McQueen
Hector
now.
McQueen.
Edward. Right?
Yeah, Masterman is
Edward
also a good name.
Masterman.
Pierre.
Pierre Michel is the other
Pierre
bad name.
Michel.
Can you read?
So it's just the Countess now.
Countess Andrenyi.
Greta.
Yeah, Greta.
Greta Olson.
Yep, Schmidt.
Hildegard Schmidt.
And none above.
Yep.
None of the above.
Précisément. These four alone, amongst the occupants of the Calais coach, would appear to have no direct connection with the Armstrong case. Yet I was struck by the curious coincidence that everyone in the Calais coach had an alibi. And these alibis are sometimes corroborated even by those not connected to the Armstrong affair. One of you stated to Mademoiselle Marceau that while Monsieur Ratchet got what he deserved, you would have preferred to see him properly hanged. The trial by jury is a sound system. Who said that, mademoiselle?
That was the Colonel Arbuthnot.
Colonel Arbuthnot.
Just so. Colonel Arbuthnot. Now that struck a chord with Poirot. I sat back and thought, a jury is composed of 12 people. There are 12 passengers in the Calais coach, discounting myself and Mademoiselle Marceau. Ratchet, he was stabbed 12 times. And the reason the Calais coach was filled in the middle of the winter was explained. All, I repeat, all of the passengers were in on it. They had to be. No alibi could be left to the whim of a stranger. Did this solution explain everything? Let us see. What were the clues that pointed to the first solution, mademoiselle?
We have to go down this thing again.
Stiletto, right?
It was the threatening letter.
Threatening letter,
Cyrus Hardman.
uniform.
The stiletto was one of them too, yeah.
I guess all of these include.
All of these clues agree with the first solution.
Wait. And now, of course, my attention focused on Monsieur Hardman, for he, the apparent outsider, had provided a key element in this artificial solution of an unknown enemy. How to explain his complicity? And then I remembered that Mademoiselle Marceau had told to me 2 suggestive moments during 2 different interviews with Monsieur Hardman.
Apparently it was when he said the snow was bright.
Okay.
When he said the snow was bright.
I don't know.
The snow has not been very bright today. The sky, it is overcast. And in his apology, he mentions his fondness for French girls. Countess Andrenyi told us that the nursemaid, she was French. Her name was Suzanne. Our young friend Barnaby Lewis confirms via the ham radio that her full name was Suzanne Ferrier, and that she was born near Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is not so much a leap, I think, to wonder if perhaps the man from New York and the French girl working there might not have formed the attachment.
I've been a detective for almost 20 years, Monsieur Poirot, but I'm in admiration of you. Yeah, Suzanne and I were going to ask her uncle if we could get hitched. He was her guardian. And the kidnapping and everything. It was too much for her.
Her uncle, monsieur? And his name?
Oh, jeez. I can't say I remember.
A detective for almost 20 years? And you never even knew the name of your fiancé's guardian?
No, I probably got it
Calm
written down
down,
somewhere back
man.
in New York.
Enough of this foolishness. I can guess his name right now, and so I expect can Mademoiselle Marceau.
I think this one just got skipped in the thing.
I guess we'll just choose.
Lucienne.
Use the little grecelles, mademoiselle.
Fuck you.
I guess it's gonna shoot through all of them, so let's just
Marcel
hit all
Boots.
of them.
No,
Antonio Foscarelli.
mademoiselle, I realize you have many clues to recall, but...
Screw you.
Monsieur Ferrier.
The picture in your valise, it is that of you, your sister, and her daughter Suzanne?
Oui, monsieur. After my sister and her husband died in a car crash, I raised Suzanne as my own child.
And so, that leaves only one.
Me? If the attendant is one of your killers, Mr. Poirot, that makes you 12. You don't need me.
No, madame. I have come to the odd conclusion that the person who has taken no part in the crime is the one who would be considered most likely to do so. I refer to Countess Anne Ranier. Her husband swore on his honor she did not leave her room last night. A count from a noble family? A rising young star in the Hungarian diplomatic service? Such a man does not swear upon his honor lightly. No, it is much more probable that he tells the truth. And it is the devoted husband who, so to speak, takes his wife's place. So you see, madame, we are back to 11 without you.
Well, I never. Wait until my daughter hears about this.
Why not tell her now? She is sitting there right beside you, Madame Adam. You are the instigator, or the director, I should say, of this entire performance. You, who Mademoiselle Debenham so rightly called the strongest character among us. And there you have it. Does this second solution explain everything? Let us see. Mademoiselle Marceau, what was the real murder weapon?
That's still out, right?
The steak knife this time.
Oh yeah, the steak knife.
But of
Makes
course,
sense.
a drama planned this carefully does not include the blood-stained stiletto with the fingerprints of some unknown. No, that is merely a prop. As were the 2 threatening letters. The burned note, of course, was a real threat. The conspirators most assuredly did not want this murder tied to the Armstrong kidnapping, and the true weapon, with no incriminating mark upon it, might never have been found if it had been thrown inches further.
Bloody steak knives aren't balanced properly for throwing. My hat's off to you, though, Miss Marceau. When I saw where it landed, I wasn't about to crawl out there and end up at the bottom of that ravine. Took some nerve doing what you did, and there's no denying it.
Hear, hear.
So, the improbable differences in the stab wounds is now
Hooray.
explained. 2
like us.
so-called clues were dropped in the dead man's compartment. Mademoiselle?
The pipe cleaner.
Yeah, the pipe cleaner.
The pipe cleaner, incriminating Colonel Arbuthnot, who had one of the strongest alibis and whose connection to the Armstrong family was probably the hardest to prove. And the second clue found in the room, mademoiselle?
It was the sticky?
The handkerchief.
The handkerchief.
The handkerchief, incriminating Princess Dragomirov, who by virtue of her frail physique and the alibi given by her maid and Michel was practically in an unassailable position. Then there was the clue found at the shepherd's hut with the incriminating fingerprints. Do you have it, mademoiselle?
It's the padlock.
Okay.
With Mateo's incriminating fingerprints on it.
Why do you mean
Not
fingerprints
precisely
on it? We
cricket,
didn't
you know,
touch
Tonio.
it.
To incriminate an
I think
innocent
we
man.
did.
Cyrus
then.
could swear Matteo had not entered the Calais coach. Michel informed us the
Since
radio
when?
was in the baggage car, and I wanted to put it out of commission. I did
Did
not want to
apparently
destroy
sometime
the
last
equipment. It must have taken him
Okay.
much saving to purchase.
Because we picked
So
up
I
the
only
lockpick
smashed the
just now.
telegraph key.
Right.
Signorina, you are a miracle worker for sure. To get the radio working again. I know about these things. That was a stroke of a genius.
Stick to the point, Monsieur Foscarelli.
With great pleasure. The padlock was just hanging there. I found the snowshoes earlier, and then the shepherd's hut. I was supposed to find a good place for the uniform and
And
the
apparently we
stiletto,
did have the
and
broken
the hut was
padlock
perfect.
in section
But
2.
I had to break the lock to enter.
That's
All
on
I
the
did was
hut.
go and get the padlock on the radio crate. I didn't mean to point the finger at Matteo.
The other red herring was not a herring at all. But it was certainly red. Mademoiselle?
Which, of course, is the scarlet kimono
Yeah.
that has not really factored into anything.
Yeah.
And then to put it in my valise was not a nice trick.
The kimono is mine, monsieur. And mademoiselle, I had no intention of trying to incriminate you. I had to put it someplace. And I thought it would be amusing if you found it there.
Ah oui, you enjoy your little games, Countess. Mademoiselle Freebody indeed. Well, Madame Arden?
I always fancied myself in comedy parts. Bravo, Mr. Poirot. Well done.
Applause from an actress of your stature is praise indeed, madame.
We were all at the house, a house filled with almost unendurable pain and sadness. The Perkinson brothers were dead, but Cassetti had got clean away. We decided then and there that the sentence of death that Cassetti had escaped would be carried out. Little did we know how many years would pass, how many false leads Mr. Hardman would track down before Cassetti would be found.
Whatever country my work took me to, no matter how tough the case, I always saved plenty of time to try and pick up the trail. But he kept on the move. Brazil, Mexico, most of Europe. Ratchet was only the last of a string of aliases.
Then Mr. Michel wrote to me. It was he who, quite by accident, had recognized Cassetti traveling aboard the Istanbul to Calais train. When we learned the man, now calling himself Ratchet, frequently traveled to the Middle East aboard the train, we knew we could have some control of the scene of our planned execution. It took months, but in time Ratchet hired both Hector and Masterman.
One of us would have been enough. Two were better.
Hector handled all of Ratchet's travel arrangements. With Michel's help, passage was booked on the same train he would be using to return from his latest excursion to the Orient. The rest you seem to know.
Oui, madame. Indeed, the rest Poirot knows.
But I don't understand. You've uncovered everything. We know we did it. How can there be another solution?
Simplicity itself. There is among you one who is not who he pretends to be. With the help of Mademoiselle Marceau, I will now present you with those clues which fit neither solution so far proposed, and present you with a truth that will surprise even you. I know some of you suspected something was not quite right.
Yeah, this is the third part.
Now look at the clues that
Thankfully,
fit neither
there's literally
solution
only
so far.
two things here.
Madame Schmidt says she
Unless
saw
this
the
thing
phantom
also missed out on
attendant,
stuff.
but we know now
This is the
it
third
was
part?
sheer invention.
Yeah, this is the
Yet we
third
have
part.
the testimony
Because
of
the
an
first one
independent
was the
witness who says he saw
convenient
the
one. The
non-existent
second one was
dark
the
attendant actually
truth.
getting on
But
the
now we're
train.
at the truer truth,
Mademoiselle?
I guess.
Okay.
So, the engineer.
The engineer.
Oui, the engineer while the train was in the Belgrade station. And then there is the crate of Monsieur Ratchet and its unknown occupant. What clues associate themselves with that crate, mademoiselle?
Which is where we got the books from.
Yeah, the books.
The pile of books.
Oui, the uniform I think worn by the person the engineer saw. The pile of books mademoiselle believes were useful in the planning of the crime, yet no one has mentioned them. And the fact that the person with access to that key would be in the best position to tell us something of the occupant of that crate. And lastly, there is the little matter of the kidnapping of Mademoiselle Marceau.
The what?
Monsieur Foscarelli.
I? I would not harm the signorina.
It is why we are all here, to punish the kidnapper.
She's right, Poirot. How can you think any of us would resort to kidnapping after all we've been through?
As you can see, Monsieur Perkison, we have pieced together much of your story. Only the reasons remain, and I leave those to you.
What did you call him?
He called him Parkinson.
That is my name. Robert Perkinson.
He's American.
Fuck!
Silence!
Kick him out!
Once. You will obey me in this and listen to what Monsieur Parkinson has to say. You owe to Poirot that, I think.
Please understand. I know how you must hate me. It was my dear wife Isabella.
the unidentified woman the papers mentioned, who pleaded with Paul and me as the police closed in to let her take Daisy away. She was sick with grief.
Take Daisy away?
Cassetti killed the wrong little girl. He crept up while Teresa was alone outside and shot her in cold blood. He was gone again before we knew what had happened. We'd refused his orders to kill Daisy, you see, so he took matters into his own hands and killed my little girl by mistake. If any group of people could know exactly how my wife felt, you are here before me. And we were afraid. Some accident when the police came. It was unthinkable the little girl should come to harm after we had just buried our own daughter. Some time after I escaped, after Paul had died in the electric chair, and Isabella had identified some John Doe found floating in the harbor as me, I joined Isabella and Daisy in France, where they now lived as mother and daughter. I knew we should return the child, but my wife would have died the day she was gone. The child now answered to the name of our little girl, Teresa, and called my wife Mama. You understood the meaning of the photograph, Mr. Poirot?
Your family. You, your wife, and your little girl. And once I realized that, I knew that you could not be Pierre Michel. I then began to consider who you must be. Only one figure could not be accounted for with certainty. Robert Parkinson.
Last year, only days after my Isabella succumbed to a cancer that I think grew inside of her since the day of the kidnapping, I sought out Michel. He informed me of the plan to punish Cassetti, a plan that he, despite the death of his niece, never thought he could see through. He showed me the letters Mrs. Hubbard had written to him. He was in a terrible state.
He had seen Cassetti?
Yes, twice. On this very train. I could see he was not a strong man and would not be able to face Ratchet. I looked at those letters and asked him one question. Had Mrs. Hubbard or any of the others ever met him in person? His answer was no. I wanted Cassetti dead as much as any of you. He killed my child, and just as surely my wife. So here I am.
But, my granddaughter?
She has been staying with my wife's sister in Belgrade for the past few days. She came aboard the train there last night, dressed in an attendant's uniform. She changed into her regular clothes and has been camping out, as she calls it. The nuns at her school have kept up her studies, in English as well as French.
She is a good student indeed, to have brought all her school books with her on the campout.
I told her to study. She has been staying in the baggage car in Ratchet's crate. Last night I took some food from Klaus's kitchen when he had gone off for a moment.
And the statue worth $4,000?
I dumped it on a trash heap near Sirkeki Station, I'm afraid. This cargo is far more precious.
At last, the riddle it is solved, n'est-ce pas, mademoiselle? And with a most satisfactory solution indeed.
She's so choked out.
It's the ugliest model so far. The fucking towers over her.
So stiff.
It's she looks lost and confused.
She looks like an adult.
Yeah.
There's no heartbeat in this thing.
It's too cold for that.
Mademoiselle Marceau, while they enjoy this brief moment before you render your final decision, let us, you and I, See whether you are up to the challenge that Poirot presented to you when our investigation began. Let us check the progress report you have been keeping in your scrapbook.
Oh no.
This is seriously
Mademoiselle
about the
Marceau,
challenge.
Poirot must compliment you on a job well done.
Thank
you
God.
are courageous. You face the dangers without flinching. You solve many puzzles that confront you, overcome many obstacles with enthusiasm and good humor. An above-average performance in every respect. Hopefully, with the knowledge you now have
So I got A+.
of my methods, you might do even
I think we
better
got a
should you ever
B.
find yourself faced with another mystery to solve.
Because it's above average, and that's usually like CB.
You are the representative of the train company, Mademoiselle Marceau. You have been instrumental in assembling the evidence that pointed to the solutions I have now shared. And you have been ill-used.
I am truly sorry, mademoiselle. I left you all of your belongings in that box, except the one I needed back, the key to the security room. You now know why. My precious cargo had to eat. You have proven to be most ingenious. Twice you almost discovered my secret passenger. I left the parasol for you to discover. I had no doubt you would free yourself. If not, I would have found an anonymous way to inform someone of your whereabouts.
I understand why you did it.
As Monsieur Parkinson so rightly observes, you have proven your grey cells to be almost equal to those of Hercule Poirot. So, what do you say, Mademoiselle Marceau? Which solution shall we present to the Yugoslavian police in broad? Silence, s'il vous plaît. It is now time to hear what Mademoiselle Marceau has decided.
Apparently just click all three.
Here are my thoughts on the first solution. It is not the truth, but fits the facts, at least one set of facts, and it will be the simplest by far to explain. My opinion of the second solution is this. It is at least most of the truth, as much as 12 people in this car knew. They are self-confessed murderers, and yet, no, that word is wrong. Justice was done here. Of a kind, perhaps not the justice I would have preferred. In that, I agree with Colonel Arbuthnot. But still, can there be anyone, knowing Ratchet and knowing these people as well as I now do after only a few hours, who can't see the rightness of their cause? These are my feelings about the third solution. It is the whole truth. More heartache than even these 12 people knew. And it must stop somewhere, mustn't it? There are lives to build and rebuild here. I think of Greta's words on her postcard, and of the family that had one last day in the sun at Coney Island before the storm engulfed them. I think they all, including Monsieur Perkinson, deserve a chance in the sun again. Therefore, it is my belief, Monsieur Poirot, the first theory you put forward was the correct one. An unknown enemy of Monsieur Ratchet, whom the murdered man feared, sneaked aboard the train disguised as an attendant and is responsible for the murder. Unfortunately, he is still at large, or lies frozen in a snowbank somewhere awaiting the spring thaw. I suggest that is the solution we offer to the Yugoslavian police when we arrive in Broad.
Okay.
Dr. Constantine?
Even if I did not owe you and Mademoiselle Marceau so much, I have learned to leave such matters to those best qualified to decide. I, of course, accept Mademoiselle Marceau's decision.
Why? Exactly.
Yeah, that's my view.
Hooray, we cover up a murder.
Lovely.
Yes, thank you.
Monsieur Poirot, your ankle.
It feels much better. And Poirot? He has been cooped up in his room far too long. He has the need of some fresh air.
Mr. Michel, I'm sorry, Perkinson. I cannot find it in my heart to hate you. All I find there is forgiveness and thankfulness for giving us back something we thought we'd lost forever. In fact, it seems You are now one of the family.
Thank you.
Daisy, child, my dear, I am your grandmother.
You couldn't believe it.
She's like a deer lost in the headlights.
Oh god.
I have no idea what that was about. Nice, we're gonna get to America and date McQueen now.
Great.
One of the 12 murderers.
And probably dump him. So what do you think?
Aside from needing every single item to progress in the second half, it was nice.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't expecting everyone to be in on it except for us.
Me neither.
Also, big thanks to MAGTRO on Game Boomers for the walkthrough back in 2006.
Oh god, that was that far. Well, since
like, it is arcane.
Yeah, but since like we finished, I might as well end the stream now because we have nothing else.
Yeah,
nothing else. But yeah, for the next one, or at least the next point click, I'll collab with someone else probably, if not Molly.
Heck yeah.
But aside from that, I'm speculating what to stream next time. Aside from that, so look forward to it. The next one. Disappearing. Yeah. What's the next game called? I forgot. Let me check. Because apparently it came out a year after the Orient Express.
That makes sense.
Ah yes, the Evil Under the Sun is what it's called.
That sounds so interesting.
Yeah. It came out a year after, and why does it... I might be speculating, but it might be the sequel of the second one. With the... Pierre? Not Pierre,
Poirot.
Yeah. Because it seems like it's the main character at least we're using is wearing a white suit similar to his. But yeah. I'll be having y'all have a nice night, and see you by next week. So
Sleep well, everyone.
Yep.
I'm over on YouTube, and we'll probably be doing another stream before January ends.
Good night.